There are some other in situ remediation technologies out there to, instead of physically removing soil and groundwater, you could use different chemicals, oxidants, or sometimes biochemical material to place into the ground, which will degrade the contamination. How does it get there? How do you get the material into the ground? Well, through existing well points is an example we'll use today. Sometimes you'll have trenches installed. This is not something you would typically see on an initial assessment. This is something that comes much later when you actually figure out how much contamination you have at a site and you need to remediate.
The equipment we have here is a geoprobe. It's a GP300. It's a high pressure, low volume pump. I believe some of you have probably heard of Regenesis product, which is like an ORC. It's an oxygen release material. The idea is to release oxygen in the formation to accelerate the natural degradation of the bacteria. Will then, essentially eat the gasoline constituents in water. There's a number of different technologies that, whether it's an augmentation that we've used here at First Environment, or it's an oxidant such as a hydrogen peroxide or a permanganate that actually will destroy the contamination in situ. The materials vary in price. They vary in, how they may be applied at a site based on the geology and the type of contaminant. There's a pressure probe, which it has a check valve, and it has a spring. This pushes up to 1,000 psi. It's used as a grout also, but in this case, we're using water to just simulate the injection.